Hey, it's Megan back to haunt your dreams. This week we are supporting Feed Louisville. That's feedlouisville.org. What do they do, you might ask? They try to keep food out of landfills and get it into the bellies of hungry Louisvillians. Essentially what they do is they try to rescue food from going to waste and then make food out of it to give to people in need. So how can you contribute? This month I wanted to choose something where you didn't have to donate money, but if you do want to donate money, you can sponsor a meal for $5. The link for that will be in the description on Spotify and YouTube. But if you don't want to donate money, you can also volunteer to help cook and package food if cooking is your jam, and you can report and rescue food. So they have a form you can fill out if you work at like a restaurant or something and you know that food is going to waste, where you can report the food waste and they can come get it from you. So the website for that is feedlouisville.org. And as always, there are still resources for Palestine in both descriptions. Hope you all enjoyed the episode this week.
Raspy. Oh my god! Hey pals, butts, and lovelies. Welcome back to Mooning and Musing with
Megan
and Hannah.
I was going to say hooty hoo, but I want to try something different.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
I'll do it again next time, maybe. Or something different. I'll fake you out.
Okay.
What you been mooning and musing about?
House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon.
Me too.
House of the Dragon.
I know that these come out after the next episode comes out.
Yeah.
But we're still not over Rhaenys.
Well, I never will be. That's gonna be like when I go back to rewatch all of House of the Dragon when all of it's out. That one's gonna be my least favorite episode, I'm sure. One of them to watch. That one, I really loved her.
I think, I don't want to say spoilers.
In more ways than one. Yeah. That was just, we've talked about it earlier, before, just me and you, but she was not just like an amazing actress to have, on that show, but that character was so important to that side and that team. She was the only voice of logic I feel like that Rhaenyra had, and the only person that had any actual faith in Rhaenyra, because she said in that episode, it sounds like treason to me, or maybe that was the episode before, but facts, they are definitely trying to run this whole thing without you. Yeah. I know Hannah, I knew that Hannah was going to be devastated because I can't stand not knowing what's going to happen, so I looked at all the spoilers way ahead of time because it's a book, so what's going to happen is available to you. Yeah.
And I knew that Hannah loved that actress so much. That's Hannah's picture on HBO.
Yeah, that's my little profile pic.
My hard thing was besides Rhaenys, watching the dragons get hurt is awful. Yeah, it's so sad.
Hearing the noises is gonna be they can't speak, man. So they're not gonna be oh goddamn,
They cry, right. Which I think is so much Sunfire, Aegon's dragon.
Look, spoilers, man. I don't care. Just don't watch it and don't listen to us talk about it. But that was horrible when they looked at each other. It's mainly
when I said spoilers, I meant that knowing who dies next type shit.
Oh, I know.
I'm not gonna
just
say
reminding.
That, but that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think it's been out.
Okay, it is what it is. I'm just gonna say it anyway.
What were you saying?
The look that it's Meleys, right?
Yeah.
And Rhaenys had when it was about to be finished, just fucking broke me.
Yeah.
Because they actually do have a connection with the. They have a connection with their dragons. Oh it's not just an everyday pet too. There's fucking magic involved with this stuff. The world that they're in, there's things that we don't even have. So it's
it's a very serious bond.
Yes. So
excuse me. But yeah, I think that look at the end was Meleys looking at her and being I'm sorry, I love you, which is so sad. Sunfire too. Someone pointed out that first of all, Sunfire's never been that's Aegon's small little baby yellow dragon. Tried so hard to protect him. Whenever he nudged Aegon when Aegon got there and he was hey, oh my god, that broke my heart. And then
me thinking that was cute when I saw it, and then not knowing what the next few scenes were gonna be. We were oh, so cute.
It was so
Thanks
sad.
for fucking showing me that right before.
It's also so annoying that Daemon was having his little
fucking Daemon
trip.
And Harrenhal, man. Look, That's fine and dandy. Okay, any other time, dude. Shit's going on right now.
I truly think if he had been there and went and fought that battle with Rhaenys, that he could have easily gotten
I think they would have been... I think Rhaenys wouldn't have died.
Definitely not.
I think people would have been severely fucked up, though, yeah.
I think they would have taken it right then. I think they would have managed to kill Aegon and Aemond in that one go. Because of how just Rhaenys was so smart with everything, and like her way of fighting is going to be different. And
the
like
only thing that would be difficult for them would be Vhagar.
Well, they're so much faster. Caraxes, that's Daemon's dragon.
Yeah,
it's so quick
snaky.
And like
it is slinky.
Yeah,
man.
he can get around. He can literally probably fly circles around before Vhagar
actual
even knew.
Circle. Yeah. I'm so excited for this. Oh my gosh, they're gonna keep like that's where the real battle's happening, man. Oh my god, these scenes are gonna be so fucking good.
As soon as Daemon gets involved, oh my gosh. But instead, he's chasing
fucking around
Harrenhal.
Dude.
I am interested to see what's going to happen with that witch, though.
As am I.
I'm into the witches. That's really cool.
Well, she's definitely going to be an important character for sure.
Yeah,
like how they introduced her and things like that. Yeah.
Also, the way they talked about her in what was it? What's that show? The House That Dragons Built. The way that they talked about the actress kind of set her up to be like a big character. So I don't know what happens with her. I looked up the spoilers for what happens to the whole family.
The whole
so I know everything that happens to all those characters, but like the side characters, like I don't know what happens to Kristen Cole. I don't remember. I think I did see it, but I don't remember what happens. Allison's brother, which by the way, I feel like that guy looks so much like that bitch from Midnight Mass. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, what was her name in it? The redhead?
You're talking about in Midnight Mass, the horrible one?
The one that was, nasty little bitch.
The character's name was Bev.
Bev.
I don't
looks
know
like Bev.
The actress's name, though.
That's crazy, because you always do. I guess she's not super prominent.
Yeah, sorry, actress, whoever you are. Eventually my brain will remember.
But yeah, I'm really heartbroken about Rhaenys being dead.
Do not disturb, babe. Let's go. We're recording today.
I always forget.
I guess I should start reminding you when I put my phone on vibrate.
Yeah, do that. Because my phone is off, but
I forget about the laptop every fucking time. Well, you asked me, we talked about House of Dragon. Like, what else what are you musing about?
Trueblood. The way that has overtaken mine every free second that I have. I don't know if you all get on that kind of mode where you like just that's all you can do.
That's
but I take my laptop with me to brush my teeth at night.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
I'm on season 5 and I just started.
Nice. You're already on season 5.
And there's only 8. I'm gonna run out.
4.
It's so good. Okay, this is old, so I don't even care. I'm gonna convince you all to watch it. But it's it's this woman named Sookie, and she can read minds. Okay. So the only people whose minds she can't read.
Like season 1, like right away.
Episode 1, that's revealed. Okay. So that's like not a spoiler at all.
Okay. Well, I don't care about spoilers. I just want to know how they like.
So the scene is set.
Her
okay.
Power. Wait. I'm sorry. You made me think of Parks and Rec when he when he goes
into crystal clear water.
Oh my god, that was so good, man. I love that you knew exactly what I was talking about.
That vampire stuff will get you, man.
It gets
Midnight Mass too, vampire stuff.
Fantasy stuff like that really gets everybody.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so Sookie, that's who like the whole thing is based around, can read minds. The only minds she can't read is vampires. And vampires are trying to assimilate because now there's a type of synthetic blood they can have.
Okay.
Which I've clocked throughout the series, though, is no one drinks that shit. They're all feeding on people. Sometimes they do, like when they go in a bar and they need to look like a normal fucking person. They're like, can I get a true blood? But then as soon as they leave,
so that's what that's called?
Yeah.
And that's why the show is called that?
Yeah.
Okay, period. See, I didn't even know that. So that's
but yeah,
cool.
It's like the synthetic blood that was made in Japan. So they're trying to like mainstream and like become part of society when they've been hiding for years.
Okay.
But there's some of them are so old, and there's this one, his name's Eric. And
I know who Eric is.
So it's like the Team Edward, Team Jacob thing they set you up with, except there is werewolves, but it's like way later, and there's one named Alcide that I kind of like.
What's his, I forgot the actor's name.
You said he was married to Sofia Vergara.
He was, yeah. But it makes perfect sense that he played the part of a werewolf.
It's giving werewolf.
Fits the part.
The vampires are all giving vampire, too. The casting was pretty good. Robert Pattinson, that man's a vampire. Which I did start thinking about this. I think it's really funny that Sookie Waterhouse is dating Edward Cullen when this is called Sookie Stackhouse. Like, so she just really
that took
just
my
went
brain
out
for a
and
second because you said You said Waterhouse, but I heard Stackhouse. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. She went and got her little vampire mans. Good for her, man. That is a cute and unexpected couple.
It is unexpected, but it is quite cute.
But yeah, so there's these two vampires. They both really like Sookie. She has like this blood that's like crack. It's later revealed it's because she's not completely human, which could have clocked that. She can read minds.
I don't know any humans that could do that. Let me know.
I think this is
in the way that she can. In the way that she can.
But do you ever start tripping yourself out thinking about what if someone can read my mind and then get really self-conscious about the thoughts in your head?
Never like that. My brain is always like, they're gonna have a good day. when they come across, because I always think too, like when I'm at work and I see everybody with headphones, I love like trying to figure out what they're listening to and like what their vibe is, and I would love to have that superpower to be able to hear what is in everybody's headphones and to see how many people don't even have anything playing, because I think sometimes that happens. I do that sometimes.
I do that when I'm walking to break, because I have those noise canceling ones, so I kind of just walk in silence.
That would trip me the fuck out if I had that.
You had to get used to it.
I don't know, right?
But sometimes in my brain, when I start thinking that, I'll be like, I know you could read my mind, and then I look around and see if anyone's looking at me.
Has anyone ever made eye contact with you?
But I've been like, if you could read my mind, look at me right now. And they don't.
All right, I'm gonna test that out tonight.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. That'd be crazy though. If somebody's been getting you.
Know. Oh my god, I'll let you know. I'm scared. Okay. What if somebody does get me?
That just happens to me when someone glances at you.
And then I convince myself, oh my god, can you hear me right now?
And then you start thinking you're having a whole conversation with them and you're actually not. But anyway.
I digress.
Yeah. Sookie Stackhouse. Okay, so she has these two vampires looking out for her, and I know I can see where it's going. I don't actually know for sure where it's going because the books are different from the show. But I can see that she's going to go to the one I don't like. So if you've watched it, there's Bill and there's Eric, and I like Eric.
I think it's pretty obvious that they did the names like that on purpose too.
Yeah, I hate that his name is Bill. His name is actually William, and like I would have much preferred them to call him William.
Out of all the nicknames, because William has a few nicknames that you can choose from. I never understand why people get to Bill. Yeah, I had a person that went to, when I was younger, he went by Willie. Yeah.
A child?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he still goes by Willie now.
That's one of those names that seems like it's too young to be an adult man's name, but too old to be a child's name.
Do you think that, it's like, do you think every Willie... do you think every Willie in the world makes, like how does that transition for them? Do they stick with Willie when they're in their 30s? Or do they call me Will? And it's like, that's kind of a hard transition.
It really is. This is so funny also, because whenever somebody
want to be called Will, do you really want that? Or are you just feeling weird about being a 30-year-old man going by Willie? I don't know. Get over it. You want the name? Just use the damn name.
I think I'd go by William.
I think I'd go by William.
Yeah, if my name was William, I'm going by William because I don't want to be Bill, Will, or Willie. I got Liam.
You're not a nickname person.
Liam would be cute, maybe.
William.
Yeah. That would be what I would go with. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm just now figuring out that's probably where they got the name Liam.
I like it better than Willie.
I like it so much better.
If your name's Willie, I'm sorry. It's kind of you gotta really be a quirky person to pull that one off.
It's still a cute name, yeah.
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 But I have no problem with not nicknames when people change their name for transgender people or that kind of stuff. That's so much easier for me than if someone goes from Willie to Will.
Yeah, well, because what are you doing?
That's really hard. I thought about going by...
I was about to ask you, would you ever try a nickname for you?
We talked about this.
Yeah, I probably forgot. Sorry.
I feel like Meg is a way cooler name than Megan.
For sure, but I think it's been
too long.
Tainted.
By who?
Oh.
You know a bad Meg? Bad Meg.
My brain did that too. It was like, bad Meg. Well, one, I think of that movie. Two,
the Meg.
Two,
I think that's funnier.
My sister had that nickname.
Meg?
Yeah.
Lauren went by Meg?
Hey man, not my story to tell. Not my story to tell. Also, I don't watch Family Guy, but I'm pretty sure that's the sister's name.
Oh.
So then I would just think of...
Oh, she was being bullied.
So there you go.
Okay.
Not my story to tell, man. Not my story to tell.
I was like, I was picturing Lauren coming out being like, y'all call me Meg. That's what I'm going by now. I thought that's what you meant. But yeah, that's a little messed up.
Well, kids, you know, so like they were friends and it was actually a nickname, but then it was like, but like, why? Where did the nickname come from, and why did you decide that? It's me.
Honestly, though, this is like not even me just trying to like be sweet to Lauren. Meg is one of the more logical characters in that show.
Oh.
She's like supposed to be like the voice of reason, I feel like. Yes. And she gets dogged on for being reasonable.
Yes.
So that's kind of like, it's kind of a compliment. But well, that's not how they meant it, but you know what I mean.
She had a bunch of guy friends. She was one of those people. So.
Yeah.
They're the ones that gave her the nickname.
I had a lot of guy friends too when I was in middle school. We were talking about this the other day at work.
We didn't hang out with the same guys. Me and my sister. Like the vibes that we would, yeah.
Just different types of guys.
I'm thinking out loud now. Yeah. What were you saying?
I forgot. Oh, the Meg. I thought about like Meg is a cooler name than Megan, but my mom flipped out when people tried to call me that when I was a kid. Because she was like, her name's Megan. And I feel like everybody's name is Meg. Like there was a class I had where there was 4 of us. So
literally just today when I was talking to that guy on that Zoom meeting.
What's his wife's name? Megan?
I don't even know if he was married. I didn't see a ring. But I brought you up because I was asked to do all that stuff. And he was like, and is it M-E-G-A-N? I was like, yes. And he was like, well, there's like so many different spellings
there really is.
And I was like, yeah. And they're hard to keep up with, to be honest.
They get real fancy with it. I feel like mine is the, right to the point classic.
I hate, loathe when people spell Hannah without the H at the end.
Also straight to the point. It's because you like that it's forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part, I would feel like I was missing out on not having that part.
I would be a little upset if I didn't have the H at the end.
The taco cat of all that freaks me out. Also, race car, that doesn't seem proper.
Race car's pretty sick. It's like really weird that it does that. You know what it's called, right?
No.
Damn. I say it so often, I figured you would eventually get it in your
You do not be saying it often.
Palindrome. Yeah, I've said that. I said it multiple times.
The last time I heard you say palindrome had to be 2019.
2019. I'll get right onto that year. Oh my god.
I was thinking, I feel like I do remember you saying something about it, but it was in the apartment. What's the last time?
I talk about my name more often than I probably should. Well, now we're just chilling. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty.
We didn't have a theme for the episode.
Yeah, we figured we would just chat. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll do like a normal little chat between Hannah and Megan. Okay. We can talk about some of the that you were talking about earlier when you were in the chair.
Oh, the cults.
Yeah, I mean.
So I've been thinking we didn't want to talk about religion completely. We do want to do an episode on that eventually, but it's like kind of a sensitive subject. So we have to like...
I want to ease into that. So like we can talk about some of it now, but it's like, not in a super, super heavy way.
Because I've been thinking about cults recently, because we talked about Jonestown in the last episode, and there's so many of them, and I don't really understand how, like... I do understand how it happens, but I also kind of don't. Because what ends up happening a lot of the time with cults is like you get somebody who claims to be like the messiah of some sort. So Jim Jones was like, I have a direct line to God. And a lot of the time that's what they say. Whether it's like the Christian God or whatever.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how like what happened in Waco, which I think that was Branch Davidians. He claimed to be the messiah. And that was one of those things too, where he was like, every woman is my wife. So he just had free reign of all the women and girls.
Yeah. And we just think God is like, that's the way that it is. The way it is.
But they're so charismatic. Like a lot of them are like, they're narcissists.
Of course they are.
Yeah. They're very good. They're very good at reading people and knowing what to say and understanding what people need to hear.
In the world that need that.
Yeah.
You've got
need community.
Plenty of people, lonely people. What the fuck did I just say?
And that's what it boils down to at the end of the day is a need for community. Sometimes there's some weird stuff going on, like Heaven's Gate and Scientology. I don't know what's going on
some
there.
Outliers. There are some ones where you're like, well, that actually doesn't fall under that at all. I don't know what that is.
Well, so Scientology, they believe that we're aliens. And that we have to like do all this stuff. It's based on a science fiction novel, literally.
So, like,
and that's like their like,
what is that?
Holy text.
It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
They're good.
They're really
good.
She's really good.
And I think, too, like, whenever people see a sense of community, a sense of, like, oh, these people gather, they talk, it's somewhere I can be where I'm going to be cared about, that gets people really fast.
Yeah.
But as soon as they start asking you for money, run away! Because they're trying to get all your money and isolate you and get you. They're trying to get you. Don't give your money.
I'm, like, really good at, like, saying no to things like this. Like,
that freaks me out.
No.
Pretty much right away. But yeah, there's those two with the aliens. Heaven's Gate was like, that one was a little different because it was also based on like a science fiction novel.
You know more about individual cults than I do. I only have like a few off the top of my head that I like hyperfixated on and did like read all about.
I'm really freaky about it, man.
Well, it's not. It's because it's so fascinating. It's like there have been so many that have gone so like.
And you see history repeat itself all the time,
over
and that's another aspect of it is you see people that know how this shit goes and they still do it anyway, and then that's our whole like. Socioeconomic and political culture right now is just watching history repeat itself
and over and
which
over
is so
again.
Scary because why do we even learn history if we're just going to ignore it?
Well, are we even learning all of the correct history?
No.
So there you go.
That's part of it as well. But the Heaven's Gate cult, so they believe that the Heaven's Gate cult is the one where they found them all in that warehouse in bunk beds with like those purple blankets over them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Probably.
Yeah, so they thought that there was a ship coming to pick them up from above.
From above?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had to be at this specific place, laying in a certain way, dressed a certain way.
Sounds like my
to
OCD.
Get picked up. So they had these black Nike jumpsuits,
what was the
black
location?
Nike shoes. I don't remember.
Jumpsuits?
Yeah. They had jumpsuits
Nike
on.
Specifically? It had to be Nike?
Had to be Nike. And Nike discontinued the shoe after this because it was like the pictures of them, because there was a lot of pictures of them because their faces were covered by these purple blankets that they had to put over themselves, but they all had the shoes and they were all laying the same way.
Were the feet out?
Yeah, that's why I keep doing my feet. Yeah. I can't see it. You all can't see it, I mean, but their feet were like sitting out like this. And they had those shoes on, and the image got so popular that Nike was like, we don't want this to be associated with us.
For them, huh?
Yeah, so they discontinued the shoe, and they're really expensive now. They're called like the Heaven's Gate Nikes.
Oh, they're still available to buy.
No, people reselling them because now they're like memorabilia because they don't make them anymore.
I'm sure people would really want them.
Yeah, weird people. Yeah. There's stuff from it at like the Museum of Death.
Why Nike? Why was it a Nike jumpsuit and Nike shoes?
They also had to have cyanide-laced applesauce. They all had the same brand of applesauce, and they had these silky-ass purple blankets, and they put them where one corner was right here on their forehead, and one corner was down by their legs, and then they were, like, laid out, and their hands were on the other corners, and that's how they were supposed to get picked up when they went by.
So fucking sure. So sure. That all of that is insane.
Yeah.
How sure they were.
I hope they did get picked up, you know?
That's what I'm saying. I hope
they died and their spirits did think that they did the right thing.
Before they just totally not exist. I hope they really did think that happened for them. Because, bummer.
So that one to me seems more like a suicide than Jonestown. Which stop me if I'm just keep yapping. But Jonestown was way different. So what had happened with Jonestown was they started out as like a integrated church in Indiana. I think I said in the last episode that they were the first desegregated church in Indiana.
Yeah.
And they got like really, really big and ended up moving into like these communities together. And it didn't start out bad at all. Like, honestly, to me, Jim Jones at the beginning, which he's the one that ran the Jonestown cult, which is really funny because he named the place after himself.
Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? Also, you said that he had claimed...
He claimed that he was
a
reincarnation of Jesus, yeah. And he got all these people to like move into like these apartments, like they were all like living together. And
well, that's really good sense of community right there.
Yeah, but it got to the point where like they didn't have money, people couldn't leave, they were faking miracles. Like they would bring in people that. One example is they brought in somebody in a wheelchair
and fucking walked.
And yeah, he like healed them, like something out of a movie type shit. Like they
literally
fakes being
Midnight
like
Mass.
Yeah, like weird stuff like that. Midnight Mass is probably somewhat based on Jonestown, or just cults in general. Which Midnight Mass is a season of I don't really even know.
It's not even like, you can't even say it's part of a series, but it's the same guy, the creator behind Haunting of Hill House and
Mike
Bly
Flanagan.
Manor. Yeah, they called it the Flaniverse on Netflix or something like that.
But yeah,
that's an extremely fascinating show. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely watch that, because that is.
It's so good. Bly Manor specifically.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you're a gay woman, Bly Manor will get you.
Watch out.
Speaking of, I'll tell you later.
Okay. I am so interested, so I hope you don't forget.
Okay. So they busted up the Jonestown, like, what were they called before? The People's Temple. The government was like starting to investigate because people's families were getting concerned for them. Because this is where you know it's getting culty, is when they make you cut off your family.
Yeah.
And anyone else that you know. So like you get that sense of community, but if that's the only sense of community you can have, that's when it's starting to get scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a big major red flag.
Yeah. So then they moved to Ghana, which is where Jonestown was, because our government was starting to get them.
I mean, I would feel... I don't know, man.
They didn't know how to do what they needed to do. Like, the climate in Ghana is so different. They didn't know how to, like, get crops. Everyone was hungry. There was no, like,
nobody
where to go to get food the same way. Yeah. And people were really unhappy, but they couldn't leave. And they started doing, like, psychological shit to them, where Jim Jones had, like, speakers everywhere and was just playing his voice to them all, like, through the night type shit.
Oh.
So they were really being, like, psychologically messed with. And then someone's family contacted a representative, and they went over there to check on them. And they had him convinced everything was cool. Like, there's videos of this.
That's scary. I think I've seen the videos.
Yeah, they came in with cameras, and they were, like, singing and, like, making it seem like they were happy. And they got this guy alone, and they were like, we need help. Like, we're being held against our will. Please help us. Which not everyone didn't want to be there, but a lot of them didn't want to be there and couldn't leave. And Jim Jones sent people to go shoot him. And, like, there's pictures of the plane, too, where they did shoot and kill him. And that was the day that everyone drank the Kool-Aid. And they call it a mass suicide, but this is where it gets sad. I mean, the whole thing's sad, but they killed the kids first. So to, like, make the parents lose hope, to be like, what am I here for anyway? So they gave them the cyanide-laced, it was called, like, Flavor Aid, actually. It wasn't even Kool-Aid. And, so they died first, and then anyone who wouldn't drink it was getting shot. So that was your options, was cyanide or being shot.
I would hold out for as long as I could of not drinking that. Like, I'd be like, oh, for sure, yeah, yum, 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 can't wait. No. Like, well, everybody's like, on 3. Okay, 1, 2.
I think some people did survive, but I don't.
It's like,
that might have been how they did it.
Next to a plant, be like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But they found Jim Jones. Dying by cyanide hurts, by the way. It hurts.
It's not even
a painful
painless?
death. No.
What the fuck are we doing?
They found Jim Jones shot in the head. He shot himself. He didn't drink it. Isn't that some shit? Bro did not drink the Kool-Aid because he knew it was going to hurt.
Baby.
Yeah.
Major bitch baby.
So there's that. And it's just like, that's so sad that they wanted out. And like, they were only there for a sense of community. Like, people just mean well. And like, if you look at these cults, a lot of the time that is how it starts out, is like with sweetness
because
and love.
Everybody wants that. And not everybody just has that, you know, either growing up or is able to find that with what they're doing. Like, what, you know, it also is just harder to make friends when you're getting older.
An adult. And it's because of how our society is laid out with working. Like, at work, you're not encouraged to have a sense of community. A lot of the I'm not saying every job's like that.
Yeah.
But you're not given the time to create one outside of your job.
Yeah.
So then you're just lonely. I think we have a very lonely culture.
Very much so.
Unless you're actively trying to fight it, which is just tough.
Yeah, you know what? I'll talk a little bit about like a chapter of that book that I'm reading right now. But like it was talking about like the loneliness And the way that, like, you're right, it's not like not just having a sense of community, but like you want somebody to like friendship wise too, like, and specifically in men, more often than not, cis men, they just don't have a
circle,
like just even like a close enough friend that and they might think it's like too emotional to talk about things, or like that's too deep, but it's like what, like you have to have a support system like that. Like we are built for that, like we need that.
Well, we live in a culture of lonely
world right now.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like man up, those kind of things.
And it's like you cannot do that, actually. Like you need help. You are supposed to ask for help.
Yeah.
So
I think men, specifically cis men who have been brought up that way, struggle a lot with understanding that emotional needs are still needs.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the only emotion that's okay is anger.
They were talking about statistics in that book, and they were saying that they had asked a handful of men, obviously more than a handful, but it was like over like your romantic partner and then your friends. It was like, who are you more likely to go to about this type of need in this type of scenario or something like that. So if it was something very like weighing on your chest, heavy, emotional, like really needed to be discussed, I don't want to bother the friends about it. So they would go to the romantic partner more often, and this is more often than not straight cis men, to be more clear, like because of how they're raised to think. So yeah, they're more likely to, and it would be a woman. So then she would use like her support system. So it was like the way that man gets the support goes all the way back to here when he could get it right here.
Yeah.
But if I
that starts with culture, that starts with like that starts with like the family dynamic too, of like who do they go to when they need certain things? They go to their mom over their dad.
Right.
It's because the dad a lot of the times doesn't know
for the emotional need
how to do it because he wasn't taught. So It's just a cycle. It's just a long cycle.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah, friendship is such a deeply important thing, and I hate that it gets neglected a lot of the time.
So, and another thing, and like this is not how it's supposed to be, and this is not the case. Like when it's a society expects it type thing too, is like why things are happening the way that they are. But when you find a romantic partner or sexual partner, and then you end up getting married, because people want to do that. It's expected that your other relationships like that, and more often than not, your friendships are expected to take a back seat. So that can be like the front and center. But then that puts so much more pressure on the relationship itself and on that partner, because they can't meet all of your needs and expectations. That's just not possible, because that is one person.
That's also dangerous.
Exactly. It's rude to do that to your partner.
Yeah.
You are supposed to have more people to go to about things, because then you also get different perspectives. And then you can fully think through what you're going to do type thing.
Yeah. That also makes it very hard to separate if you're unhappy. Because like if you're not, if things aren't working but you're like, but this is the only person I have, and then resentment grows.
Yeah.
And it's like you need more of a support system. And I'm not saying like to have it to leave your partner, but like that should always be an option to leave, or you're not really with that person out of love.
Yeah.
Like if you can't leave because you have nowhere to go, yeah. Leaving should always be an option. Like I don't care.
I agree.
And if it's not, that's a problem. So yeah, you need a support system outside of just one person for more reasons than one.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get roped into a cult.
That's what I'm saying. That's why my brain went all to this, because Megan was talking about the community, and I was like, look, if you, in simplest of terms, I need the straight cis men who don't watch my podcast. I know, right? Like a handful,
I know of at least two.
Period. You two? All y'all need to do is understand that when I say the word intimacy, it has nothing to do with romantic and sexual like partnership type thing.
Yeah.
When you have a friend and you all are just vibing, that's a type of intimacy. If you like, you're so excited to see you just want to hug them, go ahead and hug them, man. It's like
That's another thing.
You don't
that
just have to
men
touch
get.
their shoulder, or at least like have like an arm just be touching. You can hug and you can do more than a high five if you want to. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, in some cultures, they love to just kiss on the cheek to greet people.
I kind of like that. I'd be freaked out if someone actually did it to me, so I'd be like, wait.
Like,
But I would still like it.
I don't do it to everybody. It's like been a slow thing, but like that's how I would say goodbye to my mom. Is I kiss both cheeks and I just my grandma. Did it to Austin a little bit ago, so I'm gonna try.
He ate that up.
He did. He said, "Okay." He said, "We can do that." So I'm gonna start. I'm picking and choosing who I'm gonna start doing that. So we'll see.
I haven't gotten one yet. We'll see. We're still weird about touch, though.
Let's not air out the drama on the pod.
It's not drama. We just like...
It's mine. I have a major fucking problem.
I'm weird about it with friends, too, a little bit.
I don't know if you are.
Well, to a different extent, but like I think a lot of people, I don't think that's like super unique to you. Our culture is weird about it.
And it makes it... Yeah, dude.
I will say, this is like... I feel weirder about it now that I'm like out as a gay person.
Exactly. That
does make... Because that added a whole new layer.
It does.
Also, I need to clear this up because people have been asking my mom if I still like boys. Bisexual.
So nobody... so they really weren't paying attention to the podcast then?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it was my Facebook post where I just call myself queer, but if you're looking at this, Megan, it's both. It's everything. It's pansexuality. So I like...
Who were you dating?
Whoever. A boy. Yeah, I don't know. They're not paying that much attention. Yeah.
That left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like that. As your friend, I do not like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I still like boys. Whoever's asking me that. I'll tell you after.
That got my attention, man. What the what? Anyways, let's, I was literally about to say, let's touch more people. But seriously, the intimacy thing, I think the way it's like our society decided to put it in the simplest of terms and give us the easy, check that box, that is what I am, and give one person all of these things to do for their partner, and that is just humanly impossible to do.
Yeah, to do everything.
Yes, dude. And you are allowed to have more than one partner. It doesn't have to, like, you can define it however you want to define it. Like, I hate how cookie cutter everything is when we are like complex human beings.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more like polyamory type stuff,
yeah,
and also
it's, like
just having like a community, because so many people now have, like, regardless of like sexual stuff or like romantic stuff, people find community and friendships, I think, a lot now. Like, I think we're seeing that a lot more than we're seeing the nuclear family, where people like I have an aunt that has a very close friend group, and they get together for Christmas every year and have like all their kids together, and like that is a sense of community and family outside of your actual family.
There's a story in the book that I'm reading where it was like this group of friends, and it was 3 of them, where they had this plan. It was like Chicago by 35, whereas in like they would go out and do like the stuff that they needed to get done, in like those like graduated early 20 years to 30, like get all that shit out of the way type thing, and then come back together if they wanted or decided to have like next generation, like kids or something like that. So they would get like a house in Chicago, and they would all be just living around each other. Yeah, that does sound like a cool life. Each other. Yeah, so
I think it would be fun. Me and Hannah have talked about this before, but we don't have the money. But to have all our friends live on like a cul-de-sac.
Yes.
That would be super
just
fun.
Around the circle. That would be lovely.
Everyone in like the same little, where we could have our own places.
I'd love to just be able to walk into those houses. Yeah. Come on.
That would be so cool. Dang. Yeah, that would be a dream, to have everybody in a cul-de-sac.
Dude. So easy.
So many cats.
Oh my god. There's stray cats in our neighborhood.
Oh man, B-Dubs is one of our favorite strays of Hannah's.
She's the fucking best, man. She's a black and white cat, so we call her B-Dub.
Yeah,
but she's one of the favorite strays. Oh my god,
she's so like wee.
Yeah, dude.
She's so
like bone structure and body, like everything.
I think it's because she had babies too early.
For sure, she's really definitely cute. Not okay.
She's on.
Guys, she's on the there was this one time she she came up, like, she was, like, walking really slowly across the street, and I was like, oh, B-Dub, what's wrong? And then she had the big belly, and I was like, oh, no! And I was so scared that she wasn't gonna make it, because she is a stray, and she was way too little.
She's had at least 2 litters, and she's come back strong with no kittens.
So fucking...
both times. Yeah, we don't know what's up with that.
Go ahead. I don't know what she did, but she's living. So.
She hit up Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, dude. She did.
Hey.
Good for her.
That's definitely not what actually happened.
I'm concerned she ate them. I'm concerned she ate them.
Nutrients. Nutrients for her bones.
Well, I think it's also something about with, like, predators, too.
It is. That is why they do it. Because you're so vulnerable.
That's why I was, like, really sure that she might have actually done that.
She probably did.
Because there's a lot in my neighborhood. I told y'all about the raccoons.
A small ecosystem. We've seen, what was it that we saw? We've seen a possum on Hannah's back deck, too. It was eating the cat food that we put out.
That was years ago. I don't put it on the back deck anymore. That was years ago. I learned.
I think I have a picture of it I can probably put on the Instagram. I love possums.
This one was so cute. Remember that little booty one?
Yeah, the one that's trotting.
I was driving home, and in my headlights in a driveway, I saw a little possum booty.
Trotting along.
So cute.
I got some possum fun facts for y'all.
I would love to hear it, actually.
All right, you ready?
I don't know
First one.
enough.
If y'all don't know what a marsupial is.
I knew you were going to say that. That's the only one I know. One of the first things, this was early in my friendship with Megan. She had given me, like, a marsupial. Like, it was like a...
I love marsupials. Marsupials are animals that have pouches. So, like, they're the animal, like a kangaroo's a marsupial.
Cute, man.
I think I'm picturing it in my... I think I'm thinking about an Australian possum, I think is a marsupial, which those are different and they're really cute. You should look up an Australian possum. Yeah, they're cute in like a classic way. You know how possums are kind of cute in like a trashy way?
Yeah.
They're cute and like they have the big round eyes and like, yeah, they're cute. But possums are the only marsupial native to North America. They're the only ones. And they are such peaceful animals and they can't carry rabies. So like they are like used in the fight against rabies. Michael Scott would be so proud. Like their blood, yeah. So they're like,
in
we
my
use
brain,
them to study rabies.
After you said that Michael Scott thing, I would picture a bunch of them running in a race to fight.
Throwing up chicken Alfredo.
Oh my god, yeah.
Turbo Lou.
When the way Dwight opens up the Parmesan, he's like, yep.
Dwight's such a simp for him. It's so funny.
So
that same episode is where Andy's nipples are chafing and they're bleeding.
Dude, he's like literally trying to hide behind whatever.
Nipple shaping is not nipple.
Nipple shaping is a big deal.
It is not a joke. Free us of the nipple shapes. Oh my god. Are you looking up Australian possums?
Yeah, I true. It's just like I thought it would pop up, like Australian opinion polls.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sorry, Australia. I'm sure we have so many Australian
I love the Australian
listeners.
accent, man.
I can't do it, but I do like it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it for long. It's like I could do like words and stuff like that, but I couldn't like. I couldn't do like a character or something like that.
I was
really
during
hard.
my One Direction era. Talk about Mooning and Musing, guys.
Oh yeah,
I've been stuck on One Direction. Specifically, their 4 album is so good. No Control, that one has been going crazy. I have not yet listened to their newest album, which came out a long time ago. Obviously,
What
they've
year?
been broken up for a long time. It's 15 or 16.
Okay.
I don't remember what year they broke up. I'm horrible with years. But I didn't listen to it because it had no Zayn, and I was devastated about that. But now, at this point, now I'm just saving it because I'm never going to get new One Direction content. So I haven't listened to the whole album. I get the individual...
Oh my god, my foot.
Listen to it?
Do you think you'll ever get to a point where you're going to listen to the whole thing?
For sure, yeah. Probably soon.
Oh, really?
I think I'm getting there, like, now.
Building yourself up to it?
Yeah.
You are having your second puberty.
Well, I was telling Hannah about this. I feel like nobody's, like, there is good music being released right now, no doubt. Like, I am really enjoying the music that's coming out. But I don't feel like anyone's just making dumb shit anymore. Like, no, like, everything is so serious or, like, heavy or, like, nobody's just, like, making, like...
the silly goofy.
No Control. Like, that song is so, like, stupid. It's so like boppy and just light, and like you don't have to think at all when you listen to that. You're just having a good time. And I don't know. People have been talking about Chapel Roan like that. Like she's just so like poppy and like bringing this stuff back. Those songs are heavy. What are we talking about?
Well,
like
I mean, yeah, actually the Good Luck Babe like just is like really rising, you know? Like it's doing really well, but it's about Compet.
Think about that song
it's
at
about
all,
Compet.
And it's sad. If you think about I saw a TikTok of someone doing the other side of it, like the girl that is like in the relationship that would rather be somewhere else. And it was like she played on a guitar like a ballad. It was so good. I don't remember exactly what she said, but like that is what that song's about at the end of the day, regardless of the babe. Like, yeah.
Well done. Okay.
That song is sad.
But it's so upbeat and fun.
Feminine Nominon's kind of sad too, if you think about it enough. Like,
well,
casual. Yeah, those are not just fun boppy songs. No control. No control.
You act like I know that.
You don't know that song?
Why would I know that song?
You've heard that song.
Probably not.
I'm all yours, I got no
Is it a One
control.
Direction song?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know I don't know that.
But it was on the radio.
What year did it come out?
14.
I was a pretentious asshole. I also, look, I did like One Direction when they first started, but then like I fell out of like listening to them, and I was focusing on other stuff to listen to. Like I was going through like a different era, and I wasn't on that wagon. Not because I didn't like them. I did like them. I just didn't.
But that's like,
keep
I feel like that's like
them.
saying that you haven't heard What Makes You Beautiful. Like
that was the first album.
But it's a big song.
I didn't listen to them. Even if it was on the radio, dude, like there's no way I would remember that. What just happened?
I thought I put my foot directly in the shot, and maybe I did. But I'm
so excited for you to edit this and be like, oh, there's the dogs.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. They're so cold. You want to feel them? Yeah.
They definitely got to be in that shot.
I gotta have terrible circulation, man. Okay, it's different when it's by my will. When it's against my will, that doesn't feel right.
I get it. I would hate it if I didn't know that my like one big toe was hanging out the whole video or something.
It's just a toe.
You know how much I don't like toes. Oh my god, it's not just a toe.
It really is just a toe.
I was looking at my toes the other day, watching how they just like looking at my foot and how the toe just like just an extension of the foot, and it was freaking me the fuck out. Like our fingers don't trip me out as much because the palm is so much smaller, but like that foot is so long.
That's like exactly what you need to get around, though. It's like really doing what it's supposed to do.
It's extremely practical with that. But then when I watch, it just grosses me out. Thinking about how that just grows out. Megan.
Now I don't want to see my foot.
It's not like I'm trying to stare at him.
You know you can't walk without your big toe.
I thought it was your pinky. Is it your big toe?
You thought it was that little thing that you had to have?
Yeah.
You cut off every other toe as long as you got that little guy.
I did not say that. I thought you meant, like we were like, cut off your big toe, you can't. I thought it was cut off your pinky toe, you can't.
No, it's your big toe. So I think you can lose all your toes except your big toe and still be able to walk.
That would be wild.
You probably could walk, but it's like, it's very different.
Very different.
Because if you think about how much you use that part of your foot when
a lot
you're
of my toes, yeah.
Yeah, you have to like.
Yeah.
You weren't using it right that time you broke your foot.
Fifth metatarsal. So when I say I broke my foot, it was like my pinky toe up my ankle. Like it was that outside, which is why they gave me a fucking cast all the way up to my knee. Oh, I was so pissed.
How hairy was your leg?
Oh my god. Okay, so it was in the summertime, and I missed my fucking softball, like all of the games. Dang. I was so pissed.
How old were you?
Middle school. So I think I was in 7th grade. I was picturing
you like a freshman in high school.
No, I didn't break any bones in high school. I was in 7th grade, I think. And I missed the fucking softball, the whole season. I was pissed about that. But I was able to go to my 7th grade, trip or whatever. It was like the day before I got my cast off, and I was scared that we were doing walking and all that stuff because they went with that weird little saw to cut it off. They were like, look, it doesn't hurt. And they did it on their hand. I was like, still don't believe you. I don't know. It's a fucking saw. You're cutting my hard cast.
I had the exact same experience where they showed me on their hand and I said, let me see. And I made them do it on my hand.
I mean, I would do that now, but as little Hannah, like, there's no way that I would have been like, I want to feel that. No, I was like, I don't believe you. You're cutting my hard cast. I don't believe you.
I feel like it just shows how we were with, because I was always so curious about everything. Like, that's how I figured out that poppets don't hurt too, because I was like willing to hurt myself.
I was so extra cautious about everything.
And that's why I broke both my arms in half.
That is correct. And the way that I break my bones is just unfair.
Yeah.
So, but when they went to cut it off, it was hairy, right? Because I couldn't shave.
Was it like the skin mat? Because I'm picturing like the skin matted in the hair too.
I have darker hair on my calves too, so that was crazy seeing it. Yeah, so it was grown down. It was a little matted because it was stuck to my leg. And my calf, I am not a little person, okay? I have muscular legs. My calves are bigger. So when I took that cast off, my left calf was thick as hell, and my right one looked weird as hell. I wish we took a picture. I don't know why we did. I probably was so insecure about it. I was like, no pictures. It looked gross. I didn't look like, I just looked, because I had a hairy leg, and one was like not, and it just looked like I had two different legs on my body. Like, one
that's freaky.
That was mine,
you can't even tell now. How fast do you think like? Because I feel like your body
easily
would recover so fast from that.
Well, like, I was afraid to walk on it. They said you could go, but I walked on my crutches out of the building for a little bit, like on it, because I was so scared. But then I was
just walking
right away. Yeah, that freaked me out.
This is funny to talk about. We've never talked about this. When I got my cast off,
thanks, man.
So if you've ever had a cast, your dead skin like has nowhere to go. Okay, so you take it off and it's like caked on there. Like, I had to like scratch. It was so nasty. Because I was in a cast for a very long time too.
I forgot about those flakes.
Yeah,
that was gross. Yeah,
I didn't, in between getting the last cast off and getting the new one on from where they had to re-break it. I don't know if they like got the skin off, because the amount that was on there was I could literally scratch it with my fingernails and it was just under caked there. It was so foul. It smelled bad. Like,
yeah, dude. Oh my god. Cleaning myself, putting a fucking bag around my leg. God, that just sucked. That just overall fucking sucked.
Hadn't been cleaned in so long. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like caked in the hair, and mine was so skinny too, because like I hadn't been using, like, my bicep was skinny, so I had one arm that was way skinnier than the other arm as well. Probably different from yours, but I went home and started, like, I got a gallon of milk, and I was like,
oh my god,
on my muscles. I was scared too, but I was like, they said I was good. If it breaks again, what are they going to put a cast back on?
You know what? Yeah, my left elbow still kind of pops weird every so often, and that makes me nervous. And I think it's because I broke that when I was technically an adult, and so my bones were very much different than when I was a kid.
I still get aches. I've told you this. Like,
I get aches
where
in
the
my
bone
foot.
Hurt, like,
oh my
broken,
god, like all the fucking time.
And it's like exactly
makes me
where
nervous.
It broke.
Yeah. Does it scare you?
No, I think it's kind of cool, because I'm like that.
I don't ever want to have to go through that again.
I'm like, the bonds are binding. It's getting stronger.
I just don't think mine are getting stronger. So I'm like, I don't want to have to go through that again. So then I get scared.
I think there's something to, like, thought processes, though. Like, I think if you're thinking it's bad, it's going to be bad. I saw something that, like,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Is that your whole sentence?
But do you... Damn, I paused for effect. I was trying to get you, like, really into the story.
I thought you just forgot the rest. Anyway, but...
You're gonna think this is really funny, but I completely forgot what I was saying. So...
That's what I thought happened.
No, I actually knew what I was gonna say. I was like trying to pause for effect, trying to figure out what I was gonna say, but now that I'm talking about this, like, and we've gone this far away from it, it's gone.
It's gone.
So
it's gonna be funny because when you rewatch this, you're gonna know what you were gonna.
It's gonna piss me off.
It's gonna make you mad.
and I'm not gonna like go in the comments and be like, what I was actually saying was. I'm not doing that.
We're all gonna be on the edge of our seats forever.
Yeah.
You know what'd be
Forever
funny?
and
When I
ever.
rewatch it, I'm gonna see if I can figure out where I thought your brain was going. Sometimes I'm good at that.
Okay.
But what I was saying before was like how your brain does your body, which I've told you this. They did a study on like weight gain. Yeah, and if you have like a negative attitude towards eating food, and like when you eat something and you go, this is gonna go right to my stomach, it
right
does.
to my ass. Yeah.
Whereas if you're eating it and you have a better attitude about it, it doesn't like pack onto your body the same way. So it has to do with like what you think's gonna happen.
Extremely fascinating.
Isn't that crazy? And I've noticed that ever since I was like, eat it, girl, you're good.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I've looked more snatched than ever.
I'm eating it up, dude. When I was in that meeting and they were asking height and because they were trying to like health and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, 5'5", I guess. Like I don't know my fucking height. And then he asked weight and I was like, I don't know, I don't weigh myself.
Did they swab your mouth?
It was a Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's right. They swabbed my mouth. So today Hannah did was it the life insurance thing?
Yeah, it was like a checkup. He thought not saying all of that. Yeah, but what you were saying?
Well, they came to my house to like make sure I was as healthy as I said I was. I guess because it's life insurance, and they're gonna lower your rate if you're like in poor health, which is crazy, by the way. And they asked me if I do any drugs, and I said no. And they said, "You mind if we swab your mouth?" And I was like, "No." But that's crazy. Yeah, I got a mouth swab drug test, and I got approved.
And I got approved.
I am the proud owner of a life insurance policy. Don't kill me.
Long
It
silence.
would be you.
Hell no. Don't say that.
That's so true. It would never
Don't
be Hannah.
say that.
If I go missing, nobody even look at Hannah.
I would have been. I either would have been gone with you, or I would have been like, "Oh my god, what?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if I go missing,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know where I would go. I don't go anywhere. Like somebody would really have to be slick to get me.
When I went to get my haircut, I was like, "How am I gonna say this?" Because I didn't want to. Like, I was gonna get my hair touched up, right? I was gonna get the roots taken care of, and I was like, I can't pay that much. Like, I just can't right now. I was like, no way. I need to save money. I need to be smart. That shit's way too expensive. Roots can deal with it. I was like, so just get the haircut. I was like, so I was like, how am I gonna say this? So I said, I can't do it. I gotta save money. So we'll just have to do the haircut. But then they looked at me weird. Like, that was a weird thing to say. Like, the woman that cuts my hair, and then the next person was in there, and I was like, I want to go on vacation.
Dang, did you schedule for a cut and color?
She's different when it was planned to do that, but like I should also be allowed to
say
change
no.
that. Yeah, like the way that we have.
Yeah, the only thing I
chit-chatted.
can think of that would be like irksome about that is if they schedule more time and they could have fit like another person.
Dude, her appointment went over. I was waiting to start
Okay,
mine.
so then, yeah,
it's
you're
like
good.
she's like it's a different type of, and it's like one person that she like it's like rent a booth type thing. She like that place that I go to. She rents out a
Her
space
spot.
in there. Yeah, so it's not. It's like so not. Yeah, dude. I don't know why they looked at me weird. So I was like, well, damn, is that a weird thing to say that I don't have the money to do that? I was just being honest.
Yeah, I would have thought that it was what I was saying. That is weird because
Yeah.
I've said that too. Like I'm trying to save money.
So
No.
I can't afford that.
And that doesn't even necessarily mean you can't afford it. Sometimes you just being smart, you know?
Yeah, dude. That shit's expensive,
Yeah.
man.
Getting your hair cut and colored is like over $100
It's
almost.
ridiculous how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
I need to go. You just reminded me. I got COVID when I had my hair thing, so I have to
that
go
was when you were
reschedule
supposed to go
it.
do it.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I was thinking about getting maybe some like layering. There's this girl on Perfect Match whose hair I liked, and it's kind of short.
Yeah.
But I was worried honestly that it would look too much like yours.
Oh,
It definitely wasn't like a wolf cut. Like it was much longer,
But, like,
but it would have like more
similar
face
enough?
framing layers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
no
don't
shame
know.
in like trying it and see if it works.
Well, I also freak out if my
That's
hair is in
true.
my face too much.
That's also true. So maybe
I was a
keep
victim
thinking
of the
about
COVID
it.
bangs, y'all.
Oof.
I was a big victim of the COVID bangs. They weren't that bad. You know what?
I don't think that they were
weren't
bad at all, but when you have bangs, you have to always pay attention to them and the upkeep.
Yeah, mine, if I didn't do anything with them, would look like a mustache.
I have a picture.
They would, like,
we will post.
swoop.
I will post that on the Musing. I'm saying it right now, and I'm gonna pull it up because I have a picture. Because I told Megan her hair looked like a giant, thick ass mustache.
You gotta let me see it first, because that was such an ugly era for me. 2020. That was like my worst aesthetic year of all time. You gonna have to let me see it before you post. Is that a possum?
Oh, that was what I had pulled up. That's what I had pulled up on my phone. Yeah, it's a little baby.
I just need to show y'all what I just see.
I hope it works.
I do too.
Watch it be funny. Super blurry. I just want to show you what we see. Nothing.
Also, if you're a Spotify listener, I've started putting the videos on Spotify.
Oh yeah, I listened to
it. So you
it,
can just tap over and look real quick.
I listened to our last episode. And yeah, I was so cute.
It's weird,
seeing a cute little video on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I think it might be this one. What's on Snapchat? Oh, sorry. I guess I don't have to do this while I'm on the pod.
I forgot what we were talking about.
It was your mustache.
Okay. Yeah, my short-term memory is bad. Yeah, that was not a good year for me. Like, I was just going through a lot in 2020. I think everyone was. Like,
do you think?
Honestly, I think maybe a hot take. Everyone was going through something in 2020. But yeah, that was not my... I like myself much better now than I did then.
I pulled up my Snapchat because I think that's where I saved the photo of her mustache, and I've got flashbacks from skating era.
Yeah, in 2020, that was a fun part. That was a super fun part.
Yeah, we used to, I think this is very rude of us, what we used to do. I think it was wet and rainy outside, so we couldn't skate like in the parking lot at my apartment complex. So we skated
between the apartments,
the hallway area.
We were down
on the
horrific.
First floor apartments, and I think we were way too obnoxious and loud for sure. Because my roommate kept falling. Like Austin would be so loud and wobbly when he skated and was like grabbing the walls and stuff. Man,
we did try to be quiet. There was nothing
I was
to
laughing
do.
my ass off, dude. No way, we were quiet.
There was also a pool. So Hannah's apartment, where she used to live. I say we. I was there so often.
Yeah,
I pretty much lived there in my waking hours. But there was a pool like right behind, so it was also like scenic. Like you were skating towards the pool, and it had like these little fountain in it. Yeah, the vibes were immaculate.
Apartment days were different. Apartment days were different.
Summer night. I feel like we haven't had like a good summer night in a while. It's the middle of July.
Vacation, don't worry.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Oof. Yeah, we're going on a road trip in August, which you guys will get to see some of. We don't
photos.
Not entirely sure where we're going or what we're doing yet, but we're gonna figure it out. And I found my camera. Oh, remember how I thought I lost it?
Oh,
it was in that bucket right over there. That strawberry one.
I wonder, was that like a?
It was when I was cleaning. Because it was in there with other similar things, like techie things. And I was like, okay, you had a plan, you just forgot about it. Which, if you have ADHD, you know what I'm talking about.
Man, that's exciting. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. I love a good digital camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of cameras, I found a camera shop, and it was called like a Cute Camera Co. or something. And it's a woman-owned business. And they get like old cameras, refurbish them, and resell them, and they don't upcharge a whole lot. So you should check that out.
Send me the link.
I will. It's on Instagram.
What the what? Hell yeah!
I think it's called Cute Camera Co. If it's not, I'll put it in the description because I'll feel bad that I got that wrong. If y'all are interested,
do you want me to write that down on my?
Yes, because I will forget.
Say it again.
Cute Camera Co.
This is really hard to write. Camera
Co. Cute Camera Co. They have the cutest cameras, and they're not that overpriced.
Company.
Yes.
You could go more than I thought it would.
It's because I was singing and you were just not phased at all.
Singing.
I know. I do this all the time.
And not only you. This is my argument. This is my argument every time. Is that not only do you sing all the time, but I live with Austin, who sings all the time. And before I lived with Austin, my sister would sing all the time. I have always lived with people singing out loud.
It's so fun.
But I will say you're the first one that makes up their own songs. So that has been fun.
I like to do that more than singing actual songs. If I get an actual song stuck in my head, it's one single part of the song.
Like a little line.
I've been doing that's been getting me recently is although enjoyment, I'm sad again. Rest in peace, that woman. That sucks. She was an icon. She lived fast, died young. It's not funny, but like, yeah. She had a good attitude, so I think she would think it's a little funny.
I think so too. I think it
was COVID. Don't hold me to that, but I think it was COVID. Sad. Yeah, COVID's still a thing, yo. Get your shots. I wish I would have got mine before I got COVID.
Add it to my fucking to-do list. Like I'm not busy. Oh
I pretty much just got my shot with having it. Anyway, you want to do the quote?
Yeah. Yes, I do want to do the quote. I just remembered what it was. Do you remember?
No, I already forgot, actually. She told me before because she thought it was so funny.
I love that you forgot because this makes it all the
I remember that it was me.
It was Megan Owens. And it was August 3rd of 2022.
I do remember now.
Damn it. Maybe I should have said the year. Did that tip you off?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. Megan Owens said, I wish I could have shoved it in my butthole, but we're in public.
Yeah. I was trying. Okay, so the context of the situation.
Yeah, fill him in.
I'm pretty sure, will you look up when Speak Now Tailored version came out? It was August, you're right. So we work somewhere that like handles stuff like we have to, like with shipping, and a Taylor Swift album fell out of a package before it came out, bro. It was Speak Now Taylor's version, and I saw it, and I was fighting demons like a motherfucker. I was looking, I was like, I want to steal it so bad. And like you cannot steal at my job. Like you shouldn't be stealing anyway.
Oh, this one says it came out July 7th. Speak Now.
Then what was I talking about?
What else came out in 2023? Did she release something else? Why did I say 2023? 2022.
No, because this was the Speak Now album.
Was this
so maybe this just wasn't what I said. Maybe it was Midnights.
If it wasn't a Taylor Swift album, that does make me question the quote. Because what the fuck were you willing to take with you? Oh my god.
I don't just be sewing stuff in my butthole casually. That's no shame.
Let the record show.
It was probably kind of to do with candy then. It's because I always just
what? Candy.
I love candy.
Candy.
But I would have just bought it. I don't know what we were talking about. But yeah, that Taylor Swift album, that did happen. It came down my chute. I got to see like the back cover art ahead of time. It had new songs on it. I was fighting demons off that one, but I did not steal it. I bought it later at Target.
Wow, good quote. One of the top ones. Was that a weird thing to say? Was that a weird vibe?
What?
What I just did?
No.
Okay. I thought that's why you laughed.
No, I just laughed because it was funny.
Oh, okay.
You're a funny guy, man.
You
laugh. You make me giggle.
Thanks, man. You make me giggle too.
All right, Wednesdays, y'all. This episode was kind of weird, but hope you liked it anyway.
Let me know if you liked that vibe, and if you didn't, we'll make sure that we have a theme ready every time.
All right, toodles.
Oh my god.